de ebrewo Aseda collections. Say ya ka Aseda collections a ya wa Aseda kente kente sonkwa ya seda kra efi bonwe the origin of kente cloth in Ghana. Only no woba Aseda kente ya wa kente awodo a wobetumi efra akojimede awodo so me can say ya afashe bedu to graduation bi announce say jumede bi a ewu ehia no kente fe ena ya hyehyɛ a wobetumi efura ede akɔ sanso ena jumede bi eda wenu so na ho behia kente a wobefura na wafrɛ sɛ we Ghana ni mapa Aseda collection ho ma yewo Aseda collection so a ye ton ema ne mema ntade papa we bema wo pe shirt long sleeve short sleeve round neck lacoste ntoma papa atale papa obetumi nyi bi ewo Aseda collection sans le ton mpobo ahodo ewo ho ema no nyama ebi siesie ho yebenya ewo Aseda collections sans na pa Kesolo construction and rental limited so eba no edensia expert say we see dan na wo pa djume kombesi dan na ma ekuru so no ye number 1 Kesolo construction and rental onentino we see dan na odum pempenso behia materials ayerenta material pampro bamboo and as 2x4 plywood ni na ye renti bi ewo pa Kesolo construction and rental limited from the say we die amaya estimate amount that cost 50,000 Ghana cedis sika nanso we dance here hu nyama ema Kesolo essence of no body materials means no obetumi I estimate that cost 30 Ghana cedis 30,000 Ghana cedis also bet me service can be essence of the only body materials ebesi dan ama what cost no so ama wo disika no aye ade foforo announce say wo de aye dance here hu nyema no bi on to the modern say obetu anama na yesu dan ama yetonton dance nyema bebre me kanfo aye Chris B creations a banon cake any pastries are so we be edede jumebe dudu a we ba na ebe ya mo sanso na eba no decoration event decorations are say party wedding graduation the be say ho ama kama eba ne colors and creativity say ti ase on ntime number 1 ebe ya mo sanso na we be jumebe bi we say Ghana nuane ade a ye fe ndiagro the taste of home very special ya Ghana nuane ene agbofo de no continental nuane nti occasion bia wo ya obehia nuane no ya be serve kama ne hansa obeto nsa afrɛ ni ya ina ya ba jimebia omo no so na se ena me de ebro ene ya beka safa voices ene ya otumi ya tini de bia ene ba na wutie ene no so ebetumi edu akodu buta ho ene very very serious come on abura many kofa by order free right international ano Catherine Amwa Roxin we be twem komo afa ene nyane etumi ye nyane betumi abua awaye na dada ababom netumi si ginaye na enya Asetena Pa na kwaba na ya hye ne jimebe na se we dey better am fine ma nza wa fa ho kama yes wow but you want to say na no me yankopans okay na juma for yankopans ene etwa ye ho ehia na dende na yeti ene ahodo tumi ewo enimu oni ntu no ni bebre na enyansonsonso aye papa ne bone esan ene a omodutu anamo oni ntu ni wele nkoponi pay a wo ye na me adwuma na bisaw se ye jina na me asam so a ye ka voices a anasa ene a emo chechemu anything
se ye ka ene a sounds, expressions, utterances, works and deeds of a collective people or a group of people to fulfill a mission. Into see a true more like I say a voice like I say into do I our own Mushiano. Omudu do no amukambo no need both tire more and no dijuma. In this case, no, the voices here that we are going to expatiate with is the voices of the sons, the children of God in general. And these voices are incense that goes up to God, like a sweet taste or a sweet sour that goes up to God in the form of incense or smoke. Incense in the form of smoke that goes to God, and which when it accumulates, and a yema, Yankupan kasa di dijuma. Nti voices eni I free Yankupon man ho or bia ho and Yankupon hwehwe say enyema na enye ejoyam enye with a good smell like incense to heaven. And in near can one same say na near can one same say no came free the book of Revelation 5 verse 3, and also the book of Revelation 6 verse 9, and then the book of Revelation 8 verse 4 to 5. Where near our bumai ama akwama adunya kupon ho. These are the voices that have gone up to God like incense, and it's kept in heaven in the bowl with the angels. And then the other ones are the voices of the saints or the martyrs who are dead or are gone. Those voices too, God also recognizes those voices, and also the coming events of the voices that God is expecting from all his children together to make up that voice that he can also hold up in heaven. That talks about in Revelation 8 verse 4. God is expecting these voices from all over the world, every corner, every part, and everywhere you are. He's not discriminating that voices to come up. He's waiting for that voices to sum up. And when the voices sum up to heaven, it's like an incense, as Revelation 8 verse 4 to 5 says. And God keeps those voices in the bowl, and then uses those voices, pours it on the earth to accomplish a very important mission. Yes. So these are the voices God is expecting this end time.
Proverbs chapter 18 verse 21. Maybe same proverb. I say to me ewo enemo oni to me owo ene nkwa ewo yen kase mu. Say ye hwe yen dada asetire mu a na ye kasafa ene ho a. Enti so be na wo kire mu a kire ahwefo a ene ewo yen so.
Any otunipa, your voice is your power, your voice is your strength. What comes out of you makes who you are. Your total work is displayed in your voice, in what comes out of you, what you display, your utterances. So our prayers as the children of God, the saints, the dead ones, the martyrs, and the alive ones, and those who God is expecting this end time is very important to God. But that is our power. So we need to know what our voices are and how important God needs our voices in addition to his own. Without our voices, God, what can I do anything? And it's expecting all those who need to voice up, to voice it out, to know that they are voices, because you are a voice. Wherever you are a voice, anywhere you find yourself, you are a voice. Poor or rich, you are a voice. Anywhere, child or adult, you are a voice. Students, ignorant, everywhere you are a voice. Don't underestimate yourself. Everybody is a voice. So you know you are a voice, then you prepare towards how your voice can be sounded well, or can be like a sweet salmon, or like a sweet taste, like an incense. Because God combines the incense with the prayer. Then God sums it up in a bowl, then uses that one to pour on earth to bring a revival or to bring a shaking. So everybody's voice is very important. Your voice is your strength.
So ye pia bontia ye hu nyame mma ahodua omoda voices eri djuma ewe yempatim ye wasofo a omu preachi ye wo wona omugina ekwan ho omo ka asempa no wona wo asodi mu sanso na ye ba yempatem a ye wo titire a ye fanse community leaders in parent so authority over children sa eni ye kambo mu a impact bena voices make in the society, and as I say ebua ewo yendada asetire man yetumi say eni yetie no e sakaya inshira e bene bebre abrabum.
Wow. And the voices no I come once a voice is I say who said these voices, God needs the voices, and these voices must be prepared each and every day. I did and I won't anything you don't prepare for it comes to you like a shaking. So the voices of the parents, the voices of the children is very important. When a mother or a wife or a child has got a voice which is very good, that voice helps him to groom himself, to prepare himself to a certain level that the voice becomes who he is and present him perfect, or present him something acceptable to wherever he goes. So if this voice is not accepted, or if this voice is not good, that it cannot be accepted. So your voice as a mother to your child might be a voice that can groom the child, that can keep the child in a certain form that can make him a blessing to you, a steward, because you are steward to a child. A child is given to you as a steward to take care of, and you, the child, too, must know that your parents too are also stewards to you, that you have to look up to. So your voice must be important to your mother, as well as your mother's voice must be important to you. So how do you prepare these voices? So this is what we are going to talk about today. So you can see in the book of Revelation 5 verse 8, these voices of the children of God went up to God, and the 24 elders of God took up these voices, and then they kept it in the bowl. Which means you might think that what you are doing is not good, but God is telling you He is preserving it, and it's important to Him. So anytime you voice out, or you pray, or you express yourself in a good work, God appreciates it. So this is the hope of the children of God. This is the hope of everyone, that God has not forgotten you. And also in the book of Revelation 6 verse 9, these are the voices of the dead ones that want to God recognize. They were saying in the book of Revelation 6 verse 9, you have forgotten us, revenge our blood, because we were treated very bad. God says, I know you, and I've kept your voice down in the form of prayers, in form of expressions in your works that follow you, and I'm waiting for other ones to join up to you. And the same Revelation, the last one, talks about the Revelation 8 verse 4 to 5. It talks about the end time, this our time, only time we are in it, because it's also expecting our voice. This is the voice we are here right now. We need the voices of everyone, every corner that God says it needs your voice. And these voices, when they sum up in prayers, in our good works, in our expressions, in our news, it says keep these voices in a bowl. So you can see in the book of Revelation 8 verse 4 to 5, that very bowl was poured on earth, and that bowl revival. See, so whenever there's a revival, there's a shaking. Whenever there's a shaking, those things that cannot be shaken remains, because we have a God who cannot be shaken. His kingdom cannot be shaken. So God's voices brings revival. Another side, God's voices brings distraction, or the wrath of God upon things that are not good. So when there's a shaking, we weigh the strong ones and other ones. So we are here to say that prepare yourself, because a shaking is happening. Shakings have happened. Shaking happened in the time of Gideon. Shaking happened in the time of Noah. Shaking happened in the time of Esther. Shaking even happened in our time, when the corona time. In those days, the corona time, you can see people were caught unaware. The reason was shaking, and these are tribulations that we are expecting, and in which we expect more and more. There was a shaking. There will be a shaking, and a shaking will surely come. So how are you preparing yourself for the shaking? It is not something frightening or something that we say to scare people, but it is a lovely thing that you should prepare yourself. So we are here to talk about how we can prepare ourselves towards any shaking that comes on this earth.
It's not just Enia efi mu eba no o se ya enia ebe hye afoforo nkwan eba ma amanfo indaso eba ma yengide akoso na yehu enia ma ebetumi aye positive impact into sa ena ene a yakopon ohwehwe no o se ye obi biara nya wo kan na wo ye no efi mu eba no efi okase mu no o se ye nhira ama afoforo na ye nidaso isanse we are ambassadors of God. Sana tia dia sana woka no ekwan a yebesiesie ye ho na eni efi mu eba no ebe eni a ebe nhira ama afoforo ebe eni a eni yakopon asem ebese eni a ebe ye ekwan eye light to others. I will say no mu nchechimu enesen
bibia mo se on siesie o se bibi tu in performer. If the unexpected happens to you, is very it exposes you to so many things, to compromise, to take what you don't like. That is why it's very important for you to prepare. So you can see the voice of John the Baptist was in the wilderness. See, prepare ye, prepare ye, prepare ye. Is most concerned on the preparing. What is the preparing that makes you not to take anything or compromise? Because God's shakings happens. We are not God. He comes at any time. Tribulations are happening each and every day. You can see on the news everywhere. Even recently in Ghana, there was this sort of water, this what called this destructive. It's all over. You understand me? So it's preparation. You understand me? You should be able to know that your preparation must make you confident, with faith and patience, to the extent that when it comes at any time, you should be ready for it. There will be a shaking. It is not our part to play. It is God's part to play. But our part to play is to prepare ourselves. So this is how we prepare ourselves. Where is your heart? Who controls your mind? Because the mind is the turning point of everything. What do you invest your time in? Who do you invest your time in? Who and what takes much of your time? You understand me? So you have to invest into things that will prepare you. You have to prepare yourself physically, spiritually. You have to prepare yourself, the soul, and your spirit and your body. All these three parts must be prepared very, very well. To the extent that, if you take, for example, in the time of Corona time, you have to prepare yourself. Should in case this sort of Corona kills you, where do you go? Where do your soul go? Especially, if you physically stay in the room, how do you prepare yourself with food? You can remember those days, Corona. Yeah. We were in the room at 2020, those days. Let's imagine what happened. It became a revival for some people. It became a revival. Some people made it massively. Some people didn't make it. Some people died through sickness and all sorts of things. So ask yourself, how do you prepare yourself? If there is another shaking again, another shaking is going to happen. It's not to scare anybody, but we're here to say, to encourage everyone to prepare yourself as you are right now. Prepare yourself for anything. So you cannot compromise on any other thing that can come and just take you anyhow. You can't die before your time. You understand? And you cannot compromise to any system requirements that is forcing you to take something like the mark of the beast. So you can be able to compromise on something just because of you didn't prepare yourself. When you prepare yourself and things happen to you, it's quite different. The confidence is there, the patience is there, and the faith is there, which is our hope for the children of God. So we prepare ourselves by investing much in our spirit, our soul, and body. Think of your health. Think of how to gain yourself back. Think of your spirit, to feed your spirit, to be able to stand so many things. Invest your time to messages, meditations. Invest your time to things that will help you build up. Because automatically, everybody is using something at any time, at anyhow. We're using the phone. We're using all things around us. We see all things. Nobody is now ignorant anywhere. You can't give an excuse. There's no excuse for anybody anywhere right now. A child or adult, there's no excuse. You can't just follow the popular. You can't just follow the system. Or you cannot give an excuse that because of this or that. You are saying things all the time. You are saying people everywhere. You have a decision as a person. You are a voice yourself. You have a decision on your own to know what to do and to know who to join. In every era, in every dispensation, God gives someone to lead. In the time of Israel, Moses led them. Joseph was there. Abraham was there. Noah was there. In our system, things we are having many Matthias alive and dead that you can join up to and learn. So how do you spend your time? And who do you spend your time with? And how do you invest your time? And who do you spend with it? So you have to make sure that you have the power and the voice to know who and want to join before anything catch you unaware. Because there's going to be a shaking. There was a shaking. And shaking happened. And there will be a shaking. It is God's tribulation all the time to prepare your life physically, spiritually. So that when the shaking comes, your head will not be so weak. You understand? Your spirit will not be so weak to compromise on something you don't like. And your soul is standing well. It's preparation. Preparation.
Radia some actually and say Nindia my enmity warrior for lack of knowledge, my people are perishing. When I say Obi I am from so equity wrong voice. In here answer emphata or to know or tibegma or bread. Now our Genesis chapter 3 in Satan or than or that if and then the fall of mankind. Or then to know here can say and then we know voices burn any MIA. A quan banner or benefono or the voices Eddie Juma Yadri in mass or send a bear you bet tree who if you as I say or be a voices best or nim say and ya ne ni ba no ho so no na awo bia ompe na it too late into no what be here chere voices ban or say atwe ye ho fio eni na ban na ye hwe ye se na be ya fa ye ho ento so na ya mese yakopon voice no
voices. Look at the book of Corinthians, somewhere somehow see there are so many voices and all is of significance. And and you know so about tiny it's God mission. Seneca says is here what's called what's called Ubeko heaven and see no Babwa and I'm just kind of so back on heaven to Babwa and anything I tell you has got something to balance it. You know and you know be our reasons. So but you yourself, you are a voice in every aspect of your life. Know that you are the voice number one, and where your heart is, that is where your possession is. Say okom diwa, say those who knock, seek, will surely find. You understand? What are your preparation? What are you doing to get the right voice? One, then you can be moved by any other voice. If you are so where your heart is, that is where your possession is. Understand? So for you to know the voice, it's a personal thing. I cannot dictate. I cannot dictate to you. I cannot tell you. And even if I tell you something, I cannot discriminate. I'm not God. But the fact is, where your hunger is, where your heart is, the person idea how God will surely help you. Everybody who is ready to gain something will surely have an answer. But the fact is that if you are using the system as an excuse, your friends as an excuse, your father, your husband as an excuse, you have no excuse. You have the right to also look for the right. If only you can look, you can determine and see the wrong thing and follow. You can also find the right thing and follow. The system is prepared to the extent that negative and positive is available. You have to avail yourself because you are the voice number one to yourself, and then you know the right voice. Your God will always come in when you are in need of Him. And you surely find, you will find a way to bring people, you will find a way to bring programs, you will find a way for you to make it. But from the one, if you don't have a voice, just pray to God. God give you a voice. Have a personal intimacy with God. It's a personal thing. I always say it's a personal thing. The way God will express Himself to me will be different from the way He will express Himself to you. And the way it will go, it is different in all categories. Maybe in this, in that, it's different. But you have to make sure that you want something better for your life. And you need to come out of what is going through your life. Then God will one way or the other bring you out. But if you are compromises and your heart is full of evil, your heart is full of anything, envy and jealousy, anything you have to flow with, selfishness and this, compromises, look when you are here, today are there, then you cannot have a voice of God. So make sure that you are making all effort to hear the voice of God. And God says, whoever is hungry, I will feed him. Whoever knocks, He will open you. It's because He's always knocking, waiting for us to open. So it is a personal thing for you to avail yourself. Today there's no ignorance anywhere. No one can tell that doesn't know what is going on around. No. God knows the heart of everybody. He knows the plot of everybody. Yes, there are things that can make you feel like you can't come out, but in a certain way or form or shape, God is telling you are a voice. Even in the gutter, you are a voice. Even in the street, you are a voice. Everywhere, God recognizes your voice. Appreciate who you are and appreciate who God is, and know that God can help you. That is the encouragement of the saints. Have this hope in you, and from that way, God picks it up and shows you the way. It's a process. Your patience is needed in this end time.
Right.
Your patience will produce so many things. Because if you are in a hurry to hear or to achieve something, you have a different voice. Where are you rushing to? Where are you going? What are you aiming at? It will expose you to different voices. But the voices are many, and each and every voice has something to prove. You understand me? Your patience doesn't mean you are waiting, sitting down. You are making inquiries, you are learning, you want to know something. That God will surely give you the way. That is the patience that we're talking about, and the faith and the confidence of each and every one. Is to pursue a good cause for your life. It is called patience. Doesn't mean or waiting. Doesn't mean you're just sitting down and doing nothing. You can be in the room, soak yourself into messages, soak yourself into learning, inquiring, knowledge, wisdom, and prepare yourself in one way or the other. God will teach you then to flow and rush because of lack of something, and then you involve yourself in voices that will not help you. Which God needs that voices to help and bring down revival to His children in heaven.
All right, that's good way. ebusanfo Abeefo Asetena Pa Jimedie na wohwe ena ye kasafa ene voices na voices etumi ema onipa danseni ode tuno ntiachira emudo na Jimedie awodo Afidwat International ye no ubetumi ahwe ewo Facebook na nyanso obako anaso be type Fidwat Roxen on it menu ka say we call Fidwat Roxen we type here Facebook baba na hwe ntiachira emudo na ebabua no ya nchache bebre na abua sa anatie intino na mekanfo abuafo a omaso masen na de Jimedie ebre ewo bebia wo bia Asetena collections yawo dansuma control ehwa na yewo sana medika eka no yetonton kente ntoma bebre for all occasions I for one day ankwanko one day Jimedie we bia obehia kente ntoma obefra no wonsa ebekebi sanse na yewo ahemnewa mpobua ahemfo ni ahema ehye no all the bebre wonsa bekebi ewo ho eba le mani mema entade a bebre shirt jeans Lacoste African print nyaka na African wear no bebre different type ubenya bi ewo Asetena collections ani so me no ka say fanome na fresh si a na di nchechiremu a edo omama ma 0242 516687 0242 516687 asambene say bebre wo wohwe BMTV nationwide delivery amane afana bebia openye normal na so pese de brewa yewa ahyen awdo ani chichiri ade be brewa de wo bia ntino woni ha oni ntino no hianse obetu anamon utu no dodo aton opese wo ye business efa ne clothing ene ma na mema niema oba Asetena collections a yebete so amon na otumi etu dodo akoton oni ntino bomode se obafana ma na obefre ananse dansuma control aha udu ha frɛ na mana ya bejo so na ya show solo construction and renters eba no dance here expert ya tonto body materials ni na bi oni ntunu ni ha wo si uda na odum pempe so obehia body materials bi ti say doors frames ene media ceilings roofing sheet bibia ebisi dan bi tonto ni na bi oni ntunu ya say wo ba ya na so ye na ya show young one from esanse case no eti adwuma ase only situations system na yeko orient no obehwe na wonso wonsa aka wo de wo si dan na ebi mpempe so behia enema de rent a mechire plywood 2x4 pampro ena enema de rent na woni nebi ebete so ama na woso otumi edi akoye wudwuma yankasa yebedi akiri akohwe ayama onenti woni hawo yebesi wudan kama abochiefo monfa mudanse enhye keso no enhya no obesi ama wo hwe abochiri akwan a yewo Gomwa Akraman Tipa Junction ha yana mesini 0249 677 325 0249 677 325 0530 54 4645 0530 54 4645 Nana I can say dance is capital intensive. Essence case also done into no estimate also no or better so amount or the body materials is done kama. What dano it is saying factory companies. There's a day of person we see no special case solution no basically come at the amount. Sasna Chris B, the home of creativity and decoration. But said maybe it's when you saw now Pejimo come BCC Amawa. One say your pen and my fair, baby I fair and I pay on into the body colors and beauty or Tiasian or into the say your wedding, graduation, but into no Pejimo come BCC or amount. Not colors and of fair idea, fashion Chris B creations in some. About in Yanea, local and continental. The Adriana de now be Yamaka. Adriana, yes, on the camera. Now it's no bois, Chris B. or Beshe Amon. Order to know from our 0548313160 0548313160 0248 230-003 0548313160. On to the show much acquire ewo gumwa akuti omo ben radio film station echipe ben kwa ho fa omo twana mom na bibia enko kan ema. All right, sisi ano yam gbe no ayabe orento no voices yati ase into no final message ben na obe debatu o manenum ankonkra emebunu ene nkwala empenifo voices there na yen hwe enim.
Voices your voice is needed. Yakupon tone voice. Men boom them for. Don't look down on yourself. God needs your voice a lot, and I want you to know that you the lost sheep. You're not lost. God is waiting for those lost sheep to come back home, because your voice is needed. Because He loves His children, and then His shaking will happen. In the book of Hebrews 12, there was a shaking. And the shaking brought those things that cannot be shaken remained, and those that were shaken shaked, and those to remain are the kingdom of God. The kingdom of God cannot be shaken. So adapt yourself, join yourself to that unshakable kingdom. The voice is crying in the wilderness. The voice is crying in the home. The voice is crying everywhere. But God says this voice, He hears it, and He's expecting to come. Say, prepare yourself, because God, tribulation and shaking is happening, it's life. But prepare yourself, because He loves you, and the purpose for His life for you is a revival. Whenever there's a shaking, there's a revival, there's joy, there's peace. And the other side, there's tribulation, there's damage, and there's a whole lot of disruption. So join yourself to where God will use you to avail yourself for a better purpose. So God lives and loves and is welcoming every voices. That needs to know that you are a voice. Don't underestimate yourself. God needs your voice. That is the preparation we are talking about.
It was a bit so young where a buyer now the voices in church ever some young Nakupon Shapa. A bit for aha and a member crying Lamade Abeefo Asetena Pa Jimmy D. ABC in Chiason Concoma in the Kobena Ata 1 hour da Kitek IT support Jimmy Ano. Nakupon Shaba Bue. Made a production team as one boy. My day and edge will be a bremo. Maybe Christopher Adoba, Yami Adama, that's and the Sanso Asia, near the another edition of Gideon Abeefo Asetena Pa Jimmy Eddie Abremo. Makamuna, bye bye.